Hi guys, I am running super late right now because I'm supposed to be going on a date with my boyfriend in a little while, but I promised you guys this video and I love you guys too. So we are going to be doing a video on my college stats, and just a little disclaimer, this is not to like brag in any sort of way or form, and also that doing these things does not guarantee that you make it into the school that I got into. A lot of times it's based on chance, and here are just a few ideas to what you can be doing to get into a good university. I applied to 20 schools in my senior year, and this included 5 schools from the UK, 3 schools from Canada, and 12 schools in the US. I was originally planning to go to Canada, like it was my top priority, but afterwards I got into a few really good US schools, and I am settled on going to UC Berkeley this fall. Here are the courses that I took over grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. My school goes by an AP system, which is like a US curriculum. In grade 9, I self-studied AP psychology. In grade 10, I took AP biology, and I self-studied AP Chinese. In grade 11, I self-studied AP human geography and took AP microeconomics and AP English literature and composition at school. In grade 12, I took AP microeconomics, AP statistics at school, and I self-studied AP French language and culture as well as AP environmental science. Now, here are some of my stats, and I'm really like transparent with these because I don't think there's any point in hiding it, and I don't really mind if you guys know. In our grade, we have 38 students. I am ranked around 20 to 22 out of the 38 students, so probably something somewhere in the middle. My GPA weighted is 3.94. I took SAT for several times, and the highest I got was 1450, which means that for around half of my schools I did not submit my SAT score because it's not exceptionally high. For AP psychology, I got a 4, AP Chinese I got a 5, AP biology 4, AP human geography, literature, and macroeconomics 4. And for the 4 APs that I'm taking this year, I haven't gotten the score yet, so I can't be able to tell you guys. I also took TOEFL. TOEFL is an English test for international students, and it's out of 120. I got 115 out of 120. Now we're going to be moving on to extracurriculars. I felt like what really boosted my applications a lot were the extracurriculars, because my grades were just like middle or a bit higher than middle. It's not like exceptional or anything. So I'm thinking that a lot of my acceptances were based on extracurriculars. I was the club moderator for my school campus radio club organization for 2 years, and during this time I hosted a lot of school events. I organized a field trip to a radio station with my fellow moderators, and we also launched our school's first podcast. I'm also the chairperson of DYM. DYM stands for Dominican Youth Movement. It's an international movement for Catholics aged from 18 to 35 years old, but our school kind of lowered it a little bit, so we have us, high school students working on this organization. For DYM, we had charity concerts for Myanmar and for poor people in Taiwan. We also facilitated any religious school events at our school because my school is a Catholic school. The third extracurricular is acting. I've been acting, not religiously, but just a few acting gigs here and there. Ever since grade 7, 8, I participated in my school's plays. And then in grade 10, I decided, okay, let me go try and audition for actual acting gigs outside of school. So I landed a few gigs here and there. I recently stopped really putting that much effort into this extracurricular, but during grade 10 and grade 11, I was really passionate about acting. Grade 9, I joined an organization that teaches Aboriginal teenagers English classes, and in grade 11, I founded my own organization teaching school children from rural areas in Taiwan, more specifically Yilan. We worked with a local elementary school, and I had like 10 to 15 teachers that would teach students regularly every week online. In my school, we have a house system, kind of like Hogwarts. I was my house's house captain for 2 years, after that I went up and became part of the house committee. For our house system, we would be in charge of like a huge group of people that, we do like school events, and we try our best to incorporate everyone in these school events. And we also organized like donation drives for places that need help, and also stuff such as the Syria and Turkey earthquakes. We also had, I remember, entrepreneurial competitions between the different houses in which we would try to sell things and see which house garners the most profit. And we had lots of fun activities like that, which was really cool. Another thing, which is something that I still am very passionate about, is you guys. It's like content creation. I've been content creating since grade 8. I create on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and it's never really about views or followers. It's just about, the fact that I like doing this thing, and I like sharing my advice with you guys, sharing my life with you guys, and hearing feedback from y'all and learning about you people too. So it's something that I also foresee myself doing in college, so watch out for that. Now we're going to be moving on to sports. I was part of my school's track and field team from grade 9 to grade 11. During these events, we would compete with other international schools in Taiwan, as well as schools from abroad. I wasn't exceptional in the sports team, but I did manage to get top 8 for 400 meters at one point in grade 11. I was also part of my school's badminton team, which from grade 9 to grade 12. This year I did not really win anything, but last year I won 3rd place with my teammate Chloe during the international school tournament for female doubles. I should have mentioned this earlier, but I'm also part of my school's newsletter, and I am the chief editor alongside with my friend Reina. So what happened was I started off as a writer. I wrote articles regularly for our school digital newsletter, and then we ranked up and became editors, so I was in charge of several writers at a point. Also organized the social media page for my school newsletter as well. I also found this opportunity through my community service counselor. He sent us a link about a platform called Generation Global, where teenagers from age 13 to 18 could speak about various global issues. So it's not really a debate, it's more so of a discussion, and there would be like 1 hour discussions where you could discuss and learn about everyone's worldview on different topics, from like feminism to climate change to anything. And I found this activity pretty educational, and it's also really interactive, so I did this for around 2 years. There was an alumni from my school who created this organization to help Aboriginal teenagers in Taiwan, and he passed the organization down to me, so I am now the head of that organization. Previously, we would hold fundraisers so that they could have guitar classes and that we could buy them guitars, and we hosted like a concert at the end of the year to celebrate their achievements. And this year we worked with them to hold a field trip for them to come to our capital and visit some famous attractions that they previously did not have the opportunity to visit. We have a lot of extracurriculars going on. It's kind of crazy, so we just gotta speed through them. I previously took classes at a Dale Carnegie training center sort of thing, where they basically taught you how to improve yourself and improve your relationships with people. I took that course in grade 6, and this time I came back to be an assistant counselor in grade 11/12. The summer between that, I went back for a 3-month program where I assisted, students one-on-one. It's sort of like an internship of sorts. TEDx. There was an alumni that decided to create a TEDx organization in our school of a few years back, and he's graduated already, but back then when I was working for TEDx, I would be in charge of hosting the TEDx event. I also edited their videos and found speakers for this event, as well as writing articles. EDX is something that I feel like anybody could really get their hands on, and this is an online learning platform. There's also other online learning platforms such as Coursera, where you could just go on there and take like different courses offered by famous universities, and that could just really help you get a head start on coursework or stuff that you're interested in but that's not offered in your school. I personally took lots and lots of psychology courses because I'm really interested in psychology. Back when COVID hit us and we just stayed at home, that was a good way for us to like enrich ourselves in that time. Another activity that my community service counselor suggested me was that I could participate in competitions, and I worked with 2 of my friends, and we participated in a sustainable development goals competition where we chose one sustainable development goal and talked about how we can actually fulfill or work towards these goals as young global citizens, and things that we actually did. Alas, we did not win the competition, but it was very interesting to see like people from different countries in Asia and learn from them as well. I also participated in lots of summer camps over my high school career. I participated in a news summer camp. I participated in volunteer summer camps in rural areas in Taiwan, and there were some other ones too, but they're not as clear as in my mind, so they're probably not that important in my application process. I also had, several other extracurriculars such as volunteering at orphanages and stuff like that, but those aren't that substantial in my application, in my opinion, so we're not going to get into the details. Here are some of my awards and honors. I received the University of Vermont award, like a book award. I'll put the award name down below because I low-key forgot, but it was pretty cool because each school can only nominate one student, and it was a selective process, and I got selected, and I was pretty grateful for that opportunity. I also received a book from them that I read and was like really inspired by. I got several subject merits that I'll list down. These are things that you get every year. I got several AP awards. There was like AP Scholar with honors, I think, AP Scholar with distinction, and I got AP International Diploma, which is, a combination of 5 different subjects that fulfill different subject areas that are diverse. Apart from my extracurriculars, I think what really, really, really helped my application was my essays, because I personally love literature and I love writing essays, and writing essays just, is a fun activity for me, like, creative essays, I mean. And here are some tips for you guys. 1, make it personal. Don't be afraid to mention anything challenging at home, whether that's your familial relationship or anything of that sort, don't be afraid to get personal. I feel like colleges really like it when you get personal about yourself and what you learned and what you've gone through. Secondly, I would really recommend getting an essay editor. Like, please don't write your essay by yourself and just submit it without nobody looking at it. You need a second opinion. And an essay editor is just about the best thing that you can get in your college application journey. Just treat it as like an investment. Please get an essay editor, or at least have someone look over your work and tell you what you can improve. For my personal statement, I wrote about my acting journey. I wrote it in a way where my whole personal statement was like an acting script, and I thought that was pretty creative. Maybe that did help. For my UC essays, there were several essay topics that kept recurring as well. I did write about content creation. I wrote about my relationship with my father. I wrote about hosting. And of course, there's also essays where you basically just describe why you like your major, why you like the school you're applying to, and that just requires some deeper research and deeper introspection. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys want anything in specific filmed related to college applications, comment down below and I'll make a video about that, because I like these kinds of videos. It's kind of fun. Yeah, here are some of my college results. You can watch my college reactions video for, you know, a more direct reaction and like it's just a fun video. You can check it out. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I'm really grateful for all the schools that accepted me, and even those that didn't. I felt like spending time on them was worth it, because I did learn a lot through writing these essays and learning about time management and stuff like that. So it's all cool. And I gotta go to my date now. I'm really late. Okay, bye.